98761 kind of a thing.
No, you know what? I know Christmas is coming up, so we should get. I have some lo-fi beats, some Christmas that a fellow streamer has put out graciously to allow other streamers like us to be able to use. So welcome everybody. It is Show Me the Money Club. We have been live for 15 seconds. I know I hit to go live early. We were talking about some sort of intro and some sort of music or something just to play. So we got a great, crazy show for you coming up. I got internet problems. We got some windstorm going on. So if I'm in and out, that's what it is. It is what it is. But we have quite a bit going on today. Make sure first, click the like button. If just so we can see that. We got so far 15 people in here already. We got 2 likes. Come on, let's get it higher. More people coming in. Smash that like button. If you're watching the replay, make sure you hit it as well too, so we can help educate more drivers as YouTube will push it out to more people. Not only that, we have the audio version of the podcast, which always goes up on the next day. This is the live stream on the YouTube version, which you're going to hear the audio podcast if you're listening on the audio side. So if you want to join in the conversation with everybody who is participating already, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. And yeah, you can watch it over on our YouTube channel, the RideShare Guy, as well as listening to it on the audio podcast on all major podcasting platforms. So today we got a lot going on. We have surge baiting. Looks like it's coming back. We got a video of that, so we're going to show you that. More drivers are coming forward. Thank you guys for reaching out to us because, you know, we are, out there driving as well. Sergio is much more than I am. I have kind of taken it back a little bit, but still out on the road. But you guys who are on the road, having these issues, letting us know, we can figure that out from what's going on. So the logout issue that we talked about where the driver was logged out for 3 hours, we've had more people who have shared their experiences, and one driver's up to 8 hours when they're declining trips. So what is going on there? We're going to be talking about that. We also have some more letters from drivers from our audience who is emailing Sergio, and we're going to go over them as well. We got Uber and Lyft having issues or putting catches onto some of the things that they're offering, which we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about how Lyft is getting more into the autonomous vehicle zone. And then also, we talked about this, about a month ago, I think it was.
Yep.
It was about drugs and mules and Uber Connect and some of the issues there. We came across a story that we're going to highlight when it came to it, which is actually, in the story, it was 9 months ago. So we're going to be talking about that. And then lastly, we are going to be talking about where are the bonuses. This is something that has just all of a sudden hit, kind of seeing it though, the writing on the wall. What?
Bye-bye bonuses.
Yeah. Kind of seeing it on the wall though, because unfortunately, you see they came out with that interview that we highlighted, I think 2 weeks ago with Andrew McDonald, talking about the driver shortage kind of being over and having drivers back. Plus with inflation and all these other things happening, you're having a surplus of drivers. So when that happens, why do they have to give out bonuses? So bonuses are drying up. We've seen this all over social media. We've seen this all over just literally the last week because Thanksgiving holiday weekend, some people were without them. I think Chicago was one of the places that had none. A couple other places, other ones are seeing $5 extra, a lot of things there. So we're gonna be talking about all that today. So thank you guys for coming by, hanging out. Again, smash that like button. We are here Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Sergio, what's up?
Hey, great, man. You know why? I'm pumped up today. You know why? Because I just watched the U.S. beat Iran in the real football, not the soccer. Football. The real football that only 4 billion people at a time watch as opposed to 150 and eat hot dogs and pizza. There you go. Let's go, USA. We're playing. We're playing Netherlands on Saturday. Everybody invited to my house.
Well, you pay for the plane ticket. I'll be there. But here's the thing. Let's put it up to our chat. Let's put it up to the people who are in chat.
No. Well, you know what?
Football or soccer?
You know what? There is that Lay's commercial with Beckham and the quarterback from the Denver Broncos. I forget his name. The retired one now. One of the Louisiana boys.
Manning? Anyway. Peyton Manning?
Yeah, Peyton Manning, right. So that's a cool commercial. They couldn't decide on that one, but I'm telling you, football is the one that's played with the foot, which is happening in the World Cup. Go USA. We're in the elimination round, baby. There we go. There we go.
Congratulations, USA, on that. Congratulations, too, to the Bills. Go Bills. We're going to be actually talking about American football here. Go Bills, my home team.
We just lost.
Even though it was looking a little shaky in the first half, they pulled it out and had a pretty good win. So good job, Bills. To everybody else. I've seen one person pick Tigers, so
we just lost half the audience. All right.
Oh, man.
Hello, everybody on the right side with the comments. Tony and Gary and everybody who's new and who's been there before. Welcome to the show. So, today we're going to be like one other thing I want to say is, okay, all these letters that we're going to put up, I get a bunch of them. So I picked, the best of the litter because they have screenshots. They're well written. I don't have to edit anything. And then I'll put them up. Please keep them coming. I truly, truly appreciate it. I respond to you as always. We may be late because I'm getting way too many now, but it's okay. You guys, honestly, you guys have become my eyes and ears in many cities. I'm in LA. I'm in my own little cocoon, balloon, whatever the heck you want to call it, out on the left coast here. So to me, getting these emails is very helpful just to see the trends in the country, right? What these two evil empires are pulling on us. But besides that, it's good to interact with people and understand, what they're going through. Because I drove this weekend. I went through shit. Although next week I will see the results. I took a whole bunch of Lyft money. So besides that, please keep them coming. I appreciate it. And the other thing is, we put out like few videos about education, like, turn new requests off. The response is like amazing. That half the people said, I didn't even know about this. I'm like, that's the simplest thing you can do. It's not even a trick. It's not even a tip. You guys should have known this. So that means, educating the drivers are one of the most important things that we can do. How do we spread the word? Is everybody in their own communities, driver communities, you have to spread the word. It's not about our channel getting clicks and subs, whatever. That happens. My attitude is, if you build it, they will come. We're building something really cool here, but education of the driver is a must, especially at tough times that we're about to go through now, because I think the winter is going to be a long winter. Okay. I call it the way I see it. Don't get pissed off. I see bad signs out there, but we're going to try to, help you guys with education and how to run your car, what your costs are, what your profitability matrix should be. So when you see a garbage ping, oh, by the way, we have two hashtags running, right, Chris?
Yes.
One, know your worth, because that started last week. And the second hashtag is DeclineGarbage. Please, people, please, let's teach these algos how to pay us a little bit more. So there we go. Are we ready to roll?
Yes, we are. Hold on. I'm just writing one thing down. Taking notes. All right. Yes. So hashtag know your worth and hashtag DeclineGarbage are the two things that we want to highlight there when it comes to it, because that can have a significant change on a lot of different things. So that is that right there. So if you see it on the scrolling ticker, we'll bring it up throughout just so people know. But yeah, that is one thing. So first off, let's talk about something that was kind of coming around for about a year, we've noticed, and then we talked about it. Got quite a big following in terms of views and people talking about it, things like that, which is good because, again, it's education. It's sharing what's going on. Surge baiting. So we are seeing some more surge baiting, and we've got a little video here for you. This is Sergio. And you want to go ahead and start talking about this?
Okay, so we did this. We contacted Uber. That's it's a glitch. I go, my ass, it's a glitch. It's been going on for freaking 4 years. Okay, so today I'm not going to cuss that much, so people, you understand, because I'm in a very good mood with the U.S. win today. So I'm going to stay really calm and cool, because I actually want to go watch the replay of the game so I can scream some more. Happy holidays, Mr. Gambit. So the other night, I'm picking up my daughter from her friend's house. I have just, I always have my app on, or I just look at it, So I go, look at this, $11 surge. I'm right on the freaking top. And for about 2 weeks, this thing was fixed. So if I turn the app on now, I should get somewhere around 11, maybe 9, maybe 10, whatever. But not this.
I like your sea of red right there. You're literally in the middle of it.
Bro, I'm telling you, I was like, hey, let's do a trip before I pick her up, grab $20. Look what just happened, though.
Yeah, well, I'm about to hit play on this.
I'm about to hit play. Don't blink, people. Don't blink.
Yeah. For those who are watching, for those who are listening, we'll let you know exactly what's going on. But for those who are watching, then you'll see exactly what happens. I'm going to hit play. You're going to see Sergio go online and watch exactly what happens to the surge zone right there. And right now, for those who are listening, it is an $11 surge zone. And he's right on, pretty much touching the $11 right there.
Bro, anything. Look at this.
Right, going online? You're online? Where did it go?
So how do I not cut? And then I get this. And you guys can hear it in my background. I'm talking to myself now because I'm like, really? We had just fixed this Uber. And then now comes the trip radar. Look at this shit. It's a bombarded. This is why when you guys accept that trip, get to new requests off. Okay. So I was pissed, bro. $11 completely disappearing. Uber. I thought we fixed this Uber. Seriously now, man. Look at this shit, man. Where's my surge? Where's my 11? Okay, screw the 11. Where's my 5, 8, 10, something? Completely disappeared. Okay, screw this, Chris. I go like, I sent this to Harry. I go, hey, man, call Uber again. This is bullshit. It's complete goddamn bullshit. Yeah, bro.
The question is, who else out there is seeing stuff like that?
I'm sick of this shit.
And what can you do? Well, take a screen recording of that. Why is that still playing? Hold on. I swear, no orders are coming in or no rides are coming in if you're listening to that, unless I mean, they might be, but either way, be safe if you're driving and listening. But with that being said, it's like, what's going on?
I talked to 3 drivers today in LA. They all said it's back, Serge. I go, what? Uber, honestly, Uber, seriously, bro, you're making me look bad. Because, the other thing is everybody thinks because we talk about Uber and shit, like my account is coded so I get the best trips and stuff. Wake up, people. I even got an email like that. It goes, yeah, Serge, you're like, they give you the good shit. I go, does that look like they give me the good shit? Are you kidding me, bro? Anyway.
Yeah. So, Rick just said he's sitting in a red zone and getting nothing. And I've seen that plenty of times. The worst is when you remember the stuff that Lyft was doing where he'd sit there in the zones and it would just climb up. Mine would just climb up, max out. I'd still be sitting there waiting for like 10, 15 minutes. Like
the roulette wheel? Yeah, the roulette wheel. I always like the roulette wheel. Every goes up like every 3 cents, every other 30 seconds or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That was the PPZ. Whatever the fuck that was. Yeah. So hey man, listen, man. Uber, honestly, this is bullshit. Okay. It was good for 2 weeks. I'm not gonna deny it. I would turn the app on, I would get what I see, it wouldn't disappear. This was like bad. Okay, it's bad form. Okay, guys. So please, let's get back to the good side.
Again, for those who might not
look at this.
Right when you go online, it just disappears. $11 disappears.
And immediately I get the ping. Now,
and there's
I know this passenger did not pay that 11. I don't even know. They got screwed probably.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is there's no surge, nothing attached to it. So pretty crazy there when it comes to it.
Yeah. So I don't know. Anyway, so if you guys are getting this again, please send me the screenshots or more importantly, the screen recordings. It doesn't have to be long. Like a 10, 20, 30 second screen record. Everybody has it on their phone. Just swipe down, click on screen record. You're offline, you click, it disappears or it gets halved or whatever. Okay, we got a good case.
And there's two different versions that you could send. First version is if you're offline and you go online and you have a much higher surge and then all of a sudden you click it on and it disappears like that. Or the other thing that's also good is if you have a high dollar surge amount or any dollar surge amount and if it still shows you, how much you might get on your next trip. I think some people have kind of shied away from that a little bit now because of the whole upfront earnings and everything that they've changed.
Fuck these people.
But if you got anything like that, that's the surge bait. Seems like it's back and better than ever.
Oh, look, my buddy, my delivery buddy is here. John. What's up, John? Stay away from Lindley. Yeah, that's my zone. Please stay the F away from my delivery zone. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, the easiest thing to do is stop new requests and again, know your worth.
I was gonna do that. Once I'm thinking, okay, 11, let's get a little quickie shorty, before I pick up my daughter. Boom. Huh? Gone. Disappeared. It's like the best magic trick on the planet, Like
yeah.
What? 11 to nothing? Okay, usually used to be like 11, they cut it to half, whatever. I bet you on the back end they screwed that passenger really good.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
I go
Absolutely.
up yours. I'm not doing it.
All right. Well, yeah, like I say, if you're seeing something like that, get hold of us, let us know. Because it looks like it's coming back. It looked like it was okay for a little while. You turn on, it was pretty much sticky as it was. You're getting the added on. Now it's not. So
yeah. Yep.
All right. Either way, we have also noticed that new drivers have come forward saying that if they're declining rides, not only are they getting kicked off, but they won't be able to go back on for quite a while. So if you're having any issues like that, all of a sudden, let us know. Again, stories, let us know everything. Take screenshots of the screen because it'll have a certain error that pops up. But we have a video coming up that we can play right now.
Good morning, Sergio. It's Mario here at 6:32 a.m.
One thing to note too, there is some censored parts in here just because it's covering some personal info.
Okay, one thing. Hey, Gary, I'm gonna call you this week. Sorry, swamped. Gary plugged his Maxima, which is a great app, by the way. So let's go.
All right.
Yeah, this is did you set this up, by the way?
I got.
Yeah.
About the
like Chris, tell him what was happening to the Dallas driver before we play this stuff.
What's up? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. So what ended up happening for those who may not know, last week we had somebody reach out to us saying that when they declined 3 trips in a row because they didn't want to take it, Uber would pretty much log them off and they would not be allowed to get back on the platform. They would completely sign it off. And you'd have to try to get in. It would say an error or giving you issues. And that particular person could not sign in back onto Uber for 3 hours. The 3-hour mark was like the magic number.
Yeah.
Other drivers have reached out to us. We've had one driver. I don't know if it's this driver in particular, Serge, or not. That's logged out for 8 hours. So this is becoming a big issue. So this is something that we got to get to the bottom of because if you're not accepting trips, they're putting you in massive timeouts. That's absolutely ridiculous. And they should be called out for that.
Yeah, bullshit.
Now, if it's a glitch, I get it, but you should be on this and fixing that. So,
yes, sir.
All right, let's get to this video then.
Good morning, Sergio. It's Mario here at 6:32 a.m. I contacted you last night with the issue I got about the timeout penalty, as you call somebody with the problem. So I've been having the problem for 3 months already. So
you watching this
after I declined 3 trips in a row, I get today this timeout penalty. They log me out the platform. When I hit continue, I try to log in with my email. I hit continue here, and boom, it is login denied. So when I hit contact support, they take me to the website. So at the website, as you see up there by the help, there is a riders. So if I log in as rider, I'm not a rider, I'm a driver. So I'm gonna change to the driving and delivering. And now I'm in my account, but in the website, So I got this can sign in claim open. So this was last night. I tried to talk with them because I got all the problem here listed, and they always answer me something different. And as you see here, this was on October 11 with the problem, and they answered me on November 21st. So that day, my account is fine. Everything is fine because it been a while after the timeout penalty. So I try to reopen this claim because it is absolutely not make sense how this thing is working for me. So I screenshot my last timeout penalty, and the problem, and their answer is always off. Like, this is not the problem I have. They just answer whatever they want to answer. And if you see here, take a look, and so I try to explain them again. Hey, I'm getting this problem, not that problem you think. And this this all, like, I got accepted that third trip. I got accepted just to cancel afterwards, and that's not hurting me, just my acceptance rate, but the cancellation rate is getting hurt. It's getting the hit again.
Yep.
Because every 3 trips I gotta accept that third one just to stay working in the platform. But I don't do it anyways. I just cancel it because at the third time they try to send me any trash, and I'm not taking the trash. So the other problem I got, and I think is a big issue, is the customer at the other side is getting a bad experience because they get assigned to me and I cancel afterwards. And it's not my fault. I just working. I'm trying to do money out of it. I'm not doing, social labor or anything. I'm trying to work and do trips that make sense to me. To pay my bills, pay my car, fill my tank, and take some money home to raise my family. So I appreciate, man, if you can help me, because at this point I don't know what we can do. What can I do to work as an independent contractor? They are trying to force me to do these trips. I don't know if I'm in a testing program they got, and it's gonna be the way they're gonna go in the future, and it's gonna be for everybody, or what happening. But this been happening to me like 3 months ago. It start happening to me, and yeah, my acceptance rate right now is ridiculous, but my cancellation rate is going up
Yeah.
as because
So
this problem.
yeah, I mean, I
So I
think at the end, what the guy says, I'm trying to make some money. I'm trying to feed my family. I'm trying to put gas in my tank, and you guys are doing this, okay? Look, I see some comments on the side. You can defeat the Uber signing off. It's not that. We tried everything, Ken. You don't think we know that? We tried everything. What it's doing is that, after the third trip, it's automatically logging them out of the account, not signing off. There's a difference between signing off and logging off. Force stopping is not helping these guys. Even if, what I told them to do is after the second one, swipe up and force stop. But sometimes the pings are coming in so fast, they don't even have a chance to do it. And it's logging them out and keeping them logged out. And I spoke to this gentleman. He says, one of the support agents told him that, there's another account trying to log in at the same time. He swears he doesn't have a second phone. He's not pulling any shenanigans. We're lost. So Uber, we're going to send this to as well. We need to fix this. We can't keep having these people out there for you trying to earn a living. And, again, what happened to the IC, right? We're independent contractors. Yes, there is 2 million drivers. Yes, this is one driver, 2, 3, 5. But, I told you this, Chris, our own Joe, which is a contributor for the RideShare Guy, he had this problem, but then it seems like it's gone away. So I don't know. I mean, Gary, can you help this guy, bro? Because this is like, I don't know. You're the IT guy. There is a bunch of drivers who came forward with the same exact problem in different cities. We had one Dallas. This guy's in Minneapolis. Joe is in also Minnesota. There was another one from another city. So this is happening, and some of them have Androids, some of them have iPhones, so it has nothing to do with that situation. We tried everything that we know on our end. Uber support saying, yeah, everything is fine on your account. Typical cut and paste bullshit that they send you back. It's not. There is a deeper problem here, and you guys can't keep these people offline. The guy in Dallas is renting a Tesla. Imagine that shit, right? I mean, come on now. I mean, this is debilitating. Let's fix this shit, people. Uber, please, let's get going. And, get these guys back online so they can give trips for you guys. I mean, hey, man, every time they're not giving you a trip, you guys are not making money either. So figure it out.
Yeah.
I think
not only that, what Mario had just alluded to is, he has to accept that third ride no matter what. And if it's crap, then he's got to cancel it. So now his cancellation rate goes up, and that can actually lead to problems. Acceptance rate doesn't really matter. When it comes to upfront fares. It comes to an issue though if you're trying to go for the Uber Pro reward system and all that crap. But if you don't care about that stuff, then acceptance rate has zero bearing on how you drive.
Forget AR. We got a lot of
though.
we got a lot of comments on these last videos saying that my acceptance rate, go screw acceptance rate. Okay, there's meaningless shit, especially if you have UFD, upfront fares destination. Forget about AR. CR, you got to watch. They can pull shenanigans on you. Here's a comment. Abdul says, "What? No, Abdul, it's not working." Abdul says, I'm in Minneapolis. So is Joe, by the way. This may be something Minneapolis here. And this has been happening to me over 2 years. He goes, so just shut off the app every 2 rides. Well, sometimes the third one comes in really fast, bro. It's not easy. Like these guys are in a busy city like Dallas, and the 3 pings come in, and then boom, they log you out. Now we're trying to figure out other ways to do it. Thank you, by the way, for everybody. There was even a guy that made a video, which I think could work actually, which I forwarded to these gentlemen. So yeah, we're trying to fix this. Uber, if you're watching, please, get on the shit. Let's fix this. I mean, these people are out there for you and for themselves, obviously, but let's go.
But I think the last thing before, I think it all comes down though to why are drivers not accepting the ride to begin with? And that is because they're not priced right.
Yep.
Simple as that. So come on, Uber, you gotta, put the money where the mouth is, because you are the ones who say if drivers are not accepting rides, you are the ones who are pricing it wrong, not drivers. So why would you punish drivers by kicking them offline for not accepting garbage trips?
Yeah.
It's simple.
I mean, I'm reading all the comments. Kenzie, no, it's just logging them off automatically.
Yep.
Joe Negrao, I'm going to talk to you tomorrow, actually. I have some news for you. That's a good point. Gary, I know you're here. Maximo, there's third-party apps that automatically decline trips, right? Because it doesn't fit your filters. We're going to try to uninstall those and then run these apps clean. Uber and Lyft clean. Let's see, Uber especially clean. Lyft is not having this issue. Just to see if that's the case. Maybe third-party apps are interfering with something. We're trying to figure all that out. But anyway, if you guys know something that you can fix this for good, please send emails to me, Sergio at RideShareGuy.com. We appreciate it. These people are there to feed their families. Uber, let's go.
All right. Not only that, speaking about emailing Sergio, we do get emails from you guys watching, which is awesome. So thank you for that. So let's go over a couple of the emails that we are getting from you guys that we can highlight some of the things.
Yeah, I got this yesterday. I wasn't going to put this in, but then I go, this guy, like, so genuine that I go, like, you know what? Screw it. Let's add another one. We'll add 5 minutes to the show. So he emailed me something with a bunch of garbage trips, screenshots, which I get multiple now. By the way, people, hashtag #KnowYourWorth, hashtag DeclineGarbage. There we go. We're going to keep saying that until I'm gone. So I insulted him. So he goes, thank you for your reply. Houston is such an insult. The mayor sold us out so cheaply to Uber. But I plan to keep rejecting the crappy rides. Please encourage the RideShare Guy team to have a Telegram group. We will be able to post everything straight to the group and chat online as well. Thank you. And P.S. he goes, I was also robbed at gunpoint by my Uber passengers back in January, and Uber did nothing. Hello. Welcome to the freaking RideShare game. So sad. I'm grateful to be alive. Thank you. And the team for all you do. Well, thank you, buddy. We're not going to mention any names, obviously, but these are real goddamn letters I get by the tons, and I pick the best ones that I think should be shared with everybody. This is where we are in this game now, okay? And to me, I mean, come on, man. This we don't need to go through this. And on top of that, adding the insult to injury, now we got upfront fares. Look at these things. What the F? I like his style, by the way. He's watching us live while he's taking his
Yeah, I do like that. So for those who are watching, it might be a little hard.
There you go, buddy. There you go, Daryl.
But if you're watching on like a tablet or your computer or something, yeah, right down in the bottom corner right there, they're watching SMTMC. So that's awesome.
Yeah. This is hey, he just read. No, I'm real, bro. I read Mike. I do it. Look at this first trip. 10 minutes plus 14 minutes, 24 minutes for $771. I'm
Yeah.
not even looking at the mileage at this point because that's more. I don't know which one's more insulting, Chris. Is it the time is more insulting or the minutes are more? Mileage is more insulting. I think they're both equally insulting.
Well, either way, it's 13 miles roughly.
Yeah. What is that? 50 cents a mile? 50 cents a mile.
Something like, yeah, right around there.
Well, fuck, Uber. The IRS deduction is 62.5, bro. If you know any math, I mean, seriously, you won't even go near this trip. So decline garbage. There is number one. Number two, 884. What is that? 45 minutes? No, what is that?
32 minutes.
32 minutes. Another half hour for $8. Oh, by the way, Dara. Really, Dara. Honestly, man. Or Andrew or Sachin or whoever's going to come on the show. Okay. Let's do a little bit math here. Okay. I love math. My major. I love math. Let's see if we can get to, what was it? $36 on active hour drivers making in the US now? Is that what it was? The latest number?
That's what they say, yeah.
Okay. So can you get me to 36 with this 884 trip?
Oh.
Active hour, right here, 32 minutes, active hour from the time you accept the ping to the passenger to drop off. 32 minutes, 884. Okay, and let's say I did
not only that, that's 16 miles. That's 50 cents.
Exactly. So but what I'm saying is that get me to 34 on any of these trips. On active hour, Dara, get me to 34, buddy. Come on now. Even you can't mess up math like that. You know what I'm saying? So here you go. Next one. 1859 for 47 minutes. Get me to 34. Okay, screw 36, Dara. Get me to 26. Look
again, at this. 32 miles at 1859. Again, another
decline garbage. Hashtag decline garbage. Look at these. This is all garbage. And the last one, actually, last one is still insulting, but maybe less insulting because the price went up by $4. I'm like, that's 35 miles for $22. This is Houston, people. Any other Houston people here that are getting tortured like this, bro? This is bullshit, right? Well, we appreciate the screenshots. Keep them coming because the only way we can do this is pass these around, pass the word, put it on social media, on our channel. We're not shy. Let me tell you something. No punches pulled here. These are undoable, Uber. Honestly, whatever algorithm, whatever you're doing over there, I'm not sure. 50 cents a mile is not doable, Uber. Okay? So, next one.
Hashtag decline garbage.
Hashtag decline garbage, please. This is a Chicago driver. I've had conversations with this guy before. Extremely freaking intelligent man. Obviously, he's a professional, but he's, still doing, as a half full-time side hustle kind of a thing. He goes, here we go. He goes, hey, Sergio, I think we're kind of screwed in trying to get all the chips. So I'm going to keep this a little shorter because this is a lot of technical stuff. So guess what, people? Uber, about when UFD showed up, ultimate fighter. I'm the ultimate fighter. When UFD showed up, upfront fares and destination, Uber also got rid of the receipt of the passengers that you guys can see right after the trip. Okay. Now you have to log into the website to see your weekly totals, click individually on on links that are live to see what the passenger paid because they don't want to see it, and log off, of course. Right. So me and this guy, we're doing our own spreadsheets. Michelle is doing her spreadsheet. San Francisco driver is doing it. Jeff, I think, is back. Jeff is doing it. A lot of people are into doing spreadsheets. Geeks, you call them, whatever. But you know what? We're trying to find out if this upfront thing is a fair cut or not. Okay. So some guys doing only short trips because Uber says, shorts are going to pay more, longer is going to pay less. Bullshit. Everything is paying less if you look at those Houston trips. So now what they did, before I could go on the website and download the whole thing into my Excel or my Google Sheets, right? And then boom, all the information was there. Guess what they did, Chris? They went from a CSV file to a PDF file now. I can do shit with that PDF file, right? So this guy goes, all it brings is a spreadsheet is the data shown 11 pages, PDF pages of my weekly spreadsheet spread down to 618 columns. Yeah, make it a little bit more transparent, Uber. This is really transparent. This is very easy. So if I can figure it out, this guy in Chicago can't figure it out. I don't know. Gary, can you figure this shit out? They set up where you have to hover over each trip PDF and see that trips data, which then opens another PDF. I'm like, yeah, this is very transparent, very uncomplicated. Thank you, Uber. And then it goes PDF, and you have to be online to do this, right? All the time, by the way. You cannot be like download it and switch it to Excel or something else. And it goes PDF Uber bastards. So you can't even open the individual trip data from downloaded weekly earnings PDF. Well, yeah, hello. It's very transparent. And then last comment, I lost it. I just laughed. So he goes, I'm not knowledgeable enough. So next page, Chris, let's see what the next page brings. He goes, well, wait. Now, this guy called support, and he got into support that is for data, customer support, like another level of support, right? This guy's email back to him, I have the screenshot. He sent it back as a CVS file. Moron, CVS is a pharmacy. Okay, it's not a CVS file, it's a CSV file. And this guy works at Uber's tech support, bro. Look at this shit. So he goes, I'll give him pharmacy, maybe even Walgreens, as it if CVS doesn't. Now we're laughing now. So on a brighter note, he goes, I made some money. Why? He goes, I made some money because his AR is 34%, his CR is 8%. And this comment made me lose it. I'm still laughing. I think I'm going to steal this line. He goes, I cherry pick so much that the USDA is on my ass to be properly licensed for farming. This made my week right here. Okay. Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to steal this line.
Oh, so, but did you read the second line?
That's yours. That's yours.
Okay, so you know one of the things that we talked about was some of the safety features where you got the interview with Sasha, and they were talking about how the fake name is going to be no longer allowed on the Uber platform. So he got to use the Uber's fake name recording feature this weekend. The name was Lil Demon, was on the way to the club Friday night, kind of dressed like a demon, but the Lil part was many pounds off. Ooh, ouches.
Oh, yeah. That's like a dagger. So Sachin, I interviewed Sachin Kansal, it was 3 or 4 weeks ago. Are you watching this? Do you see this? You guys didn't purge. Little Demon is still on the goddamn platform. Okay. We know that's not his name. And, look, 9 hours, $290. I go, okay, not horrible, not the best, but, Chicago, by the way, is always coming in with higher earnings than normal. So I'm like, yeah, so keep sending me these guys. Seriously, I especially if you're as funny as this guy in Chicago. This guy in Chicago was hilarious.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, so Little Demon, bye-bye, Little Demon. You're gone because you got tagged, and USDA is looking for this driver. So I want everybody, all drivers on this channel, and whoever you spread the word to, everybody should be looking for you by the USDA because you guys are cherry-picking way too much. So Denver driver, here comes the Denver guy. All these cities. Last week, who do we have? Cincinnati. Last week, we had Charlotte, North Carolina. So all these cities, right? This is not just one city. This is happening in every goddamn city. So we need to fix this. I love your podcast. Without that and Gabe's community, I would think I was totally alone. Gabe, who's our EV specialist, in seeing all these patterns and nerding out on them. It's very reassuring hearing you all talk about it, all and say most of the same things I'm thinking. Anyway, I wanted to polish this more, but decided to get something before the podcast tomorrow. If you're able to receive it in time, I'm pretty obsessed with Lyft's meltdown here, since I used to make equal money with both. It's honestly like watching the AI equivalent of a celebrity burnout and meltdown in live. I love these senses of humor, bro. This is just off the hook. A train wreck I cannot look away from. I'm tired and have a lot more to say about that, but I want to share a few examples of what's going on with you. I'm attaching some videos. Well, I didn't put the videos, but I put the screenshots. It's also interesting to see Uber overpay drivers. Hello. What? That means what? Did he say overpay? Yeah, there are trips that Uber does overpay because they're ripping the passenger off so much they decide to share the wealth with you.
Well, we also showed that on your video, I think it was last week or the week before, where there were a couple of them that were like $1.25 a mile if you broke it down, where you were getting quite a bit more. So,
Sharon, no, we cannot do that, but you can send me the email. I'll forward your email to them, Sergio@RideShareGuy.com. It's also interesting to see Uber overpay well beyond surge bonus on a lot of these rides. They pay out crazy high for medium length trips here when it's busy. Tony, are you listening? This guy is cherry picking the shit out of it, Tony. Tony, the driven dad in Denver or close to Denver. And look at these trips, Chris. There is money to be made, maybe. Look at this. Now, this guy, for some reason, has his all European shit set up. I don't know, like kilometers on some of them and matrix. I don't know. He's not even Canadian. He's in Denver. I don't know how he has the shit set up. So
no, you
some
can
of his trips. Yeah, look at this first trip. What a beautiful trip. $56.02, 24 miles, 33 minutes. Now we're talking Dara. Now this looks a little more like $36 an active hour. Second one, 1.2 mile pickup, 28 miles, 41 minutes, 61. The third one is the most beautiful one, 5.5 miles, 16 minutes. Pax got ripped by 100. Easy C note by Uber. Uber goes, yeah, I think we should pay this guy half of it. And boom, there you go. So this means what? Cherry pick, cherry pick, cherry pick. You know, look, I'd rather do one of these trips every hour, hour and a half, right?
Yeah, because here's
my money. Here's my money.
36 an hour.
Yeah, there you go. There's my 36 an hour. There you go. So, and this is the last one, which I appreciate. There's this Florida guy now. There you go. So to me, this was the best one. This truly made my week because it was well written and to the point. Not that the other one weren't. They were all great. So I want to close by reiterating what a big fan I am of how impressive it is to see the passion you have to do what is right. Well, thank you, sir. I spend the majority of my life elevating people. At 58, that torch belongs to someone else. It's hard to help people. Okay, are you listening, Formica? So people on the chat and whoever 4, 6, 8, 10,000 of you that's going to watch this later, and I'm sure we're going to make a snippet out of this, put this out. Please put this out to different people who don't know what they're worth. Hashtag know your worth. Okay, this guy knows his worth right here. It goes, okay. He goes, it's hard to help people who do not want to help themselves. In my early Uber days, beginning 2015, I used to hang out at the airport holding area and speak to driver after driver, advising them how to run a rideshare business. Thank you, sir. This is a business. It's your small business. If you're especially driving more than 20, 30 hours a week, it's a business. Over time, you realize that they have no interest in learning. Well, we're going to try to change that, Florida driver. I know your name. I cannot mention it. Uber and Lyft are fully aware that 99% or more of their drivers are clueless when it comes to how they get paid, that they do not withhold taxes, not contribute to Social Security, etc., etc. And they want it that way. They know that every Tuesday, the driver sees $1,500 in their checking account, and they think it is their income. How silly. Thank you, sir. I hope you're successful in your quest, as it will benefit me as well. But in the meantime, I will stick to 2 business principles. Don't let good be the enemy of great. Yeah, $1.50 a mile is good, but 75 I can live with because what's coming up next? In business, there are 2 circles, circle of influence and circle of control. 90% of your time should be spent in your circle of control. And you know what? I'm going to take this to heart the rest of the months, whatever it is, that I'm going to be doing this. Thank you. Much appreciated. Circle of influence, upfront earnings versus before upfront earnings, reminiscing about the past, worrying about what customers pay. Are you listening, people? Versus what drivers are paid. All are example of things that RSG may have influence over, but have no control. Well said. Well said. And the next one is what got me. It goes circle of control. Have a plan. Execute the plan. Update the plan, set your personal goals, know your expenses, provide excellent service, carry business cards, and build a private client base. Buy economical cars, learn how to drive a hybrid to get the best mileage and maintenance. These are all things in a driver's circle of control. If this is not the Bible, I don't know what the heck the Bible is. So if I can repeat this on every show, I think it'll be good. And this guy, by the way, got flagged by 3 different assholes, passengers, that this guy's driving fast. And he goes, Sergio, I talked to him. He goes, Sergio, I haven't had a moving violation in 30 years. So yeah, you cheap ass, whatever you are, stop harassing people. This guy's going to get deactivated because of your bullshit. He got like 3 warnings for speeding. I mean, come on, man. Let's chill on that. And he sent me this. He goes, I bought a 2020 Kia. And look what this guy did. Everybody should be doing this. Look at this.
This is smart right here.
Look at this. If this doesn't get better, okay? If everybody is not doing this, look at this guy. Look at this spreadsheet he created. 20 Kia Niro for rideshare driving costs. What he paid for the car, His estimates that he's going to end up driving this car for 225,000 miles down to the pennies, and total cost per mile for him is 27 cents. How many drivers know this, Chris? How many drivers do you think they know this?
I'm going to say, you know what? It's going to be like a 0.1% if I had to guess.
Yeah,
I would
I'd
say
say
0.1% of drivers know that.
Yeah. Well, guess what? This right here is the Bible. So if you guys don't get anything out of the show, please learn how to do this. This is not that difficult. He broke all his expenses down. Assumptions. Look at the assumptions. He even put those in there. Vehicle use, 75,000 miles per year. Obviously, this guy drives full time. 75,000 miles is 6,000 miles plus a month. Insurance costs, gas based on current prices, tire changes every 75K, oil changes every 15K. And his total cost, that's why he said, don't be greedy. 75 cents a mile is good for me. That's why his math works for him. But for each driver, that 27 cents is going to be different. For newer cars, maybe it's different. For older cars, it may even be less. So to me, this is the Bible. This is what we're going to work on. We're going to work on ride sharing 101. Boom. Number one is this one. And number two is DeclineGarbage. But besides that, know what your costs are running your car. Because without that, you have that $100 in your pocket at the end of the day. You go, oh, I made $100. No, you did not make $100. You grossed $100. Now let's deduct those expenses. Look at your mileage. Look at your depreciation. This guy figured it all. So, sir, thank you so much. Much appreciated. So Chris, we're in the circle of influence and circle of.
I think the one thing though that we need to do too is for the people who do want to know that but might not know how to figure stuff like what we just saw out. We'll probably talk about that, how you can set it up, and then try to set something up where we can actually have like either a Google Sheet or anything like that.
Yeah,
that
we'll set a template. You should set a template. Yeah, exactly. So that's a great idea, bro. That's a great idea. We should
make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for notifications.
And
videos like that will be coming out. And it's all about show me the money. So that's the right way to do it.
Education. People don't drive willy-nilly, just fucking figure this shit out. This is not rocket science, man.
Yeah, and then that way you can look at the upfront details and say pass or accept. That's pretty much what it's going to come down to.
Because you know why? You know why, Chris? You know why? If you know your cost is 27 cents a mile for the next 225,000 miles, right? You get a trip. It's not busy. You're not cherry picking. You didn't make that much money today. Okay, it's a 75 cents, 70 cents a mile. Boom, you take it because you know your goddamn cost, right? Now, I would love to do 2 miles, $2 a mile all the time, but sometimes it's not reasonable. In LA, even nowadays, it's not like $1 a mile is not reasonable sometimes, right? Because the surge has disappeared, bonuses have disappeared. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to get home
here. Diva Master, you said put a link for that. We don't have that currently. That's something we're going to be working on.
We're definitely going to get that out.
And that's something that we're going to be working on as a project. So people who do want to know and follow that type of information, they will be able to. So we're running a little behind schedule here.
Are we? Okay,
we're trying to stick to a little bit more of a schedule. So we're going to move on to our next topic. But to everybody that's emailing, thank you. Again, we're going to try sharing some emails out there on different things, especially since some of your feedback can help shape what we might do with the show, what we might do with a segment, whatever it might be. So we truly do appreciate that. But with that being said, let's go to our next segment, and that is talking about some of these catches and conditions that both Uber and Lyft are putting on. Cheeky Chops, thanks for these.
Thank you, Cheeky Chops.
Appreciate that.
You know who's not here today? What's his name? Kyle is not here today. I wonder if he's taking his nap again.
I don't know.
Probably. I think he's about to quit Uber, though. He goes like, bullshit, I hate Uber. Okay. So Uber, they give something good, they always take it away. This is something new. I got this from 3 drivers. This happened to me too. During a trip, while the app is on, you cannot willy-nilly not go change your preferences. See, you get this message while the app is on. Now, you can turn the app off, change the preferences, go back online again. But while you're online, the app is not allowing you to change preferences now. Now, this is in LA, couple other cities. I don't know if you guys are experiencing this. maybe it's not important to you, but if you're driving on a lot of different platforms like Kyle with Zoom is, which is this is the one in the middle. Comfort, Connect, Deliveries, Uber Comfort Electric, Uber X, Uber Green, Uber X Share, and he's on Lyft Lux, obviously. That's not happening. That's not the issue. The issue is with Uber. Uber is, putting that warning up there. Filtering trips based on preference. Something went wrong. Yeah, did something go wrong? You took it away. Whatever. So a lot of people are getting this. If you guys are getting this, please drop me a note and say that, yeah. Now, it's not a killer. It could be a killer unless, like, you're going into an area that you just maybe in a high-end area, you only want to do high-end trips. Uber Comfort Electric maybe only. You don't want to do Uber X. You won't do it. And on the left one, you remember good old Roxy, ref one? Oh. That's Roxy's from Nashville. That's her thing.
Oh, boy.
It goes busy. Do you see where it says busy on Uber X? It won't let her switch because Uber is telling her Uber X is busy. You cannot switch to Comfort now. She's driving the Tesla rental. She goes, what kind of bullshit is this? I'm like, yeah, this is the Uber kind of bullshit because you used to have the choice, switch anytime you want. It's our preference. That's why they're there. Well, guess what? You can't do it. So,
well, not only that, that's the Uber side of things, but Lyft is also starting to do something now too.
Yeah, God bless Lyft. They gotta, even on the bad, they gotta follow Uber. Okay, we talked about this. I'm gonna do an article about this. I use it. I love it. Lyft. Why Lyft? Why? Why? We just praised you last week saying your area filter is so much better than Uber's.
Absolutely.
Why? Yeah, why? Oh, yeah. Lyft goes.
Well,
by the way, they released it to everybody now. LA, everywhere. Except that when I first had it about 6 months ago, maybe 5 months ago, and I tested it, we put that up. I loved it. By far superior to Uber's area preference. The Lyft is called area filter. Guess what? It had no timer on it. I could be in that area of my choosing between 5 miles and 30 miles forever. Literally. Guess what? Now that they released it to everybody, there is a time limit on it. Ooh. How do you like that, Chris? Yeah.
And after a
90-minute time limit in some places 2 hours, some places 1 hour, some places 90 minutes. But this one I got from Charleston. So it goes, when you stay within the area filter, you'll now see a time limit. Really? Why? Why, Lyft? Why? Oh, it's good for the driver. Oh, is that why? Okay, there you go.
Yeah, no, I think what needs to happen is if a driver chooses to stay in that area, that's something that they should be allowed to be able to do. It's their business again, remember? They're independent contractors. They can choose. But then Lyft or Uber will say, oh, but you can see where you're going with upfront earnings. That's not the point. Why would you send me a request where you're going to waste time for that rider trying to get paired with a driver and that driver doesn't want to go beyond a certain distance for whatever reason? Let's say they want to stay close to home because something's going on at home, but they still want to go out there and make money. Yeah. Why would you punish the driver for that? Stop doing this, Lyft.
No, they do it. This has been the trend for 12 years, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
It drives me fucking crazy, bro.
And then you take it back.
Yeah. He goes, hey, look at this. Come get it. Oh, never mind. I'm like, dude, we're not children, man. Stop treating us like goddamn mouse and children, man. This was a wonderful idea, Lyft. I couldn't give you more praise. Now look at it. You just shit on it. I'm like, okay, whatever. This is my brain will explode one of these days because all this cat and mouse games we need to play, carrot and stick. If you do this, I give you this. Honestly, sometimes, Chris, when I'm thinking about this, I go, Department of Labor, come down and slap these guys so hard.
Come on, FCC.
Go, you know what?
Where you at?
Yeah, bro. I'm like, come on, man. Yeah, Palm Springs is like well and alive. We just talked about this. I think you're like Sassy Ames, and there was somebody else says surge baiting is happening in Palm Springs. It's happening in LA. Don't worry. It's happening in LA.
Well, not only that, let's continue on with Lyft and talk about how they're bringing autonomous vehicles to LA, your hometown.
Yes, I don't have to go to Arizona to get one of these. So I want to get in one of these. First by myself. I wouldn't trust them anything else. My kids and stuff will stay behind. So Lyft and Motional to offer driverless taxi rides in LA. So FYI, I need to give a plug to something we're doing in March, which all of you in LA are invited to show up if you buy a ticket, of course. It's called Curbivore. Now, I'm not too attached to this yet, but I probably will be soon. Curbivore is a wonderful idea how the commerce is moving to the curb. We did this last year. 900 people show up. Mayor of LA showed up. I mean, there were like shit ton of CEOs. So if you want to kind of talk and learn stuff, wonderful networking possibilities. So Motional maybe come in there as well. So Lyft are in bed, and then what did the Jay-Z say during Harry's interview? He goes, well, initially it's going to be a hybrid. We're not looking to replace drivers. They're all good. I guess that's not true. But I definitely, hey, Lyft, if you're watching this too, can I get in one of these, please? I really love to get in one of these. I don't want to go all the way to Arizona to get in Waymo cars. This is an Ioniq 5. I think it is. It looks great. I want to be in one of these ASAP.
Yeah, it's an the Ioniq 5 EV level 4 robotaxi.
I want to do one.
I don't know what a level 4 robotaxi is, but
no, these don't have drivers. This is totally
okay.
Yeah, no, these are all no safety driver. This is basically I'm risking my life to get in one of these. So I'm like, yeah, definitely want to do one of these.
Well, my question, I driverless. Let's be real. Driverless is going to be much further away than many people want to give it credit for. People just have that ambitions and stuff like that. But the whole thing is, when it comes down to it, who's taking on the liability here?
I'll find.
I mean, what happened with that one woman in Phoenix? Unfortunately,
they paid $35 million to her family. Oh, yeah, that was bad.
This is going to come up more and more. Who's going to be responsible? Who's going to be liable in the event you get into? Is this going to be Lyft? Is this going to be Motional? Is this both? Is this split?
I don't know. Those are excellent questions, though. You know what?
Yeah, and those are going to be addressed by different places of a legislative standpoint. So
yeah. To be honest, though, these things are a lot better than they used to be. Like when that accident happened 5-6 years ago, they really are. They're much better.
They've had. There's a lot more. I mean, 5 years of tech. The changes there and the additions and the improvements. Absolutely, the ability that they're able to track the road and all that stuff is much different. So
yeah, LA, come on. I don't know. I actually emailed Motional, went to their website as well. They're not usually they're in like a geofenced area. So I really want to try it. Motional, please, send me I don't know, like a freebie. Maybe I'll just go do a review, do a little article, come on now.
A little video.
I'm risking my life.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I went in one of the Aptiv cars in Las Vegas when I was there, except it had two drivers. So it had a driver and then somebody watching the computer. Yeah. It was interesting to see. There was a little part where it was self-driving, but beyond that, it had very, very many limitations on when it cannot be, fully autonomous or being controlled under a person. So pretty interesting there to see.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not, it's coming. So
yeah. And it's going to add to what we're going to discuss next week, oversaturation. Okay, anyway. But it's tough. It's going to be a tough winter. Yeah, this one is all yours because you have the video. I mean, this is a tragic story, but we talked about this a month ago. There you go, Chris. And we said this will happen, and guess what? It did. There you go.
All right, so this is a story that just came out a couple days ago. As you can see, it's November 25th, and it was fentanyl delivered illegally via Uber Connect. So we talked about this where drivers had come forward and said that they're not sure if they're taking packages, what's inside them, whether it's illegal or not. And yeah, this is something that happened actually a number of months ago, but the story is just coming out now. So we are going to go over the news article on this, the news video, actually. So we're going to play that now.
Baby.
It's been 9 months since Ann Portillo lost her daughter, Alex.
I have really been taking things minute by minute, forget day by day.
Alex was in recovery for 7 months, but died from a fentanyl overdose just 2 days after her temporary release from a sober house, needing to quarantine from COVID-19.
We made sure that she was in a good place where she was safe.
Alex was staying alone in her family's home in a gated community where entry was monitored by security and her mother. One morning, Anne received an alert from the front gate. It was an Uber with a delivery for Alex.
She used to always order food, and it wasn't really anything out of the ordinary.
But it wasn't food. Alex connected with a friend online and bought fentanyl from him. He used Uber Connect to deliver it to her.
Never in a million years would I think that they were delivering a lethal dose of fentanyl, but that's what happened.
Uber Connect was created during the pandemic, a fast way to send goods with drivers. Unlike the Postal Service and other major delivery services, Uber Connect packages are not randomly inspected, and drivers are not allowed to open them. NBC News spoke to 6 former and current Uber drivers, telling NBC they worry some of their packages are suspicious and that they are unwittingly being used as drug mules. This driver asked us to conceal his identity and disguise his voice, fearing retribution.
When I picked the package up, the person who was giving it to me had track marks in their arms, and it went to a person who also had track marks in their arms.
Uber says using its services for illegal activity is expressly prohibited, and if a package looks suspicious, drivers are advised to take it to law enforcement. In the case of Alex Portillo, an Uber spokesperson confirmed they provided information to law enforcement in this investigation. The man who allegedly sold and sent Alex drugs through Uber Connect now faces charges in connection to her death.
What do you hope other families can learn or take away from what's happened to you and your family?
Watch their kids closely, their loved ones. Our country has a serious fentanyl crisis. I would say just pay attention.
Zinclea Samoa, NBC.
All right, so that's what had happened. The big thing, though, is this was something that happened 9 months ago, according to the story. So this isn't something new. This is something that's been going on. So one of the things that we talked about was what would happen in the event you were taking something that wasn't right. Well, right in there, it did say that drivers are not allowed to open the packages. So you don't know what you're taking. But when that comes to, liability again, who's going to be the person that's going to be responsible? Clearly, you could see in this case, it wasn't the driver because the driver is not being brought up or mentioned in this. It was the person who actually had ordered the Connect and the one who was the actual supplier of that particular dosage and all that. So when it comes down to it, drivers, if you think something is going wrong, if you think something's weird, something's off, you can always go to law enforcement, let them know you're driving for Uber. You can show them the screen, you can show them any itinerary or anything you need to show them. And if there's an issue with that package or anything, there's a few things to watch out for. So again, if you feel unsafe or anything like that, that's just something you're going to have to kind of take a gamble on at times. For the vast majority of Uber Connect package deliveries, there's going to be zero issues, zero problems. It's just an extra way to make some money out there. It's just pay attention. Anytime you have a rowdy rider get in, somebody who may have been hitting the sauce a little too hard, whatever it might be, you might not want them in your car, so you say no, or you kind of get that red flag going on when you start driving, and who's coming in your car. You kind of get that feeling right away. So you can always cancel the ride. This is the same thing when it comes to package delivery. If something seems off, if something seems strange, that's when you might want to step in and try to figure something out, or take it to law enforcement or something like that. So again, the vast majority of these are not going to be a problem. They're going to be something where you can go out there and make some extra money, especially if there's oversaturation of drivers, which we're going to be talking about in the next segment, which is going to be the final segment of what we're going to be talking about. But Sergio, did you have anything you wanted to add to that or no?
No, man, you said it all, but I think, again, we're all in this as drivers. We're on our own, right? We got to make the right decision at the right time when it comes to passengers, packages, food, least risky way to deliver stuff. Okay. But when it comes to passengers, drunk hours, you're on your own. Please, dash cam, you may have one. Great. If not, please, you're on your own. You have all the buttons on Uber, the 80, ADT and 911, whatever. Nobody's going to come for you, honestly, because by the time they come for you, it's over. So my thing is be on the lookout, be safe. You take care of you first. Don't depend on these other apps or other people to come save your ass. And packages, unfortunately, this happened. Very sad. But then, you could have also said she could have gotten those drugs any other way. So is it Uber's fault? I wouldn't say it's Uber's fault. Is it the driver's fault? No, driver didn't know what the heck is going on. There are bad people who are going to use decent services for scrupulous shit. And this asshole did it. And hopefully he goes to jail for a long, long, long time.
Oh, absolutely. All right. And that it will bring us to our next segment. And that is going to be where are the bonuses. But before we get that, anybody who's watching, make sure you smash the like button. It shows YouTube. It helps it so it spreads out to more drivers so we can help educate and make those drivers aware, especially when it comes to what's going on, some of the issues that they may be facing that they think that they might be alone on. And, we've seen a couple of emails saying that.
You guys are not alone. We're here.
Yeah. And, we got we're all on the same team here. So smash that like button. And so let's talk about where have all the bonuses been?
Fucking sorry. Okay. Okay, listen. I've done articles for the last 5 years for RSG. One of the main articles that I've done over and over is the importance of incentives, quests. We're talking about Uber, but we know they're the same, but they're called different things like guarantees, boost, surge is something you hunt for, you're good at, you get it, whatever. That's a different story. All these bonuses, certain times, right, make up about, in certain weeks in my career of driving, made up close to 40% of the total income. Now, obviously, that's where show me the money comes from. They show you the money, you go get the money. Like last week, Lyft show me the money. You guys are going to see it next week. I took it. I'm not going to shy from it. But when they don't show me the money and they show you this shit, this is garbage. This is exactly DeclineGarbage right here. Hashtag DeclineGarbage. Now, if you're going to do 80 trips and they're going to pay you $45, that's less than 50 cents a trip. And 80 trips for $70. These are the best ones that I saw. By the way, from Chris, from what I can remember, the last 7 years as an LA driver, it was the first time I got it from San Francisco, Orange County, LA. Nobody, these are not even from LA, nobody got quests in California, period.
Yeah,
I'm like, holy crap, bro.
There were ones that I've seen that were $5 that it was the trip amount, $5 was their extra.
Yeah.
Some haven't even made, some haven't even had an offer. So this,
well, look, we talked about this previous shows. We're going to do a deep dive next week. We don't want to get into it too long, make the show too long, but there's definitely a lot of drivers out, right? So when there's a lot of drivers out, Uber goes or Lyft goes, why do I need to pay more? Through bonuses. But, you remember we had a conversation, I think it was yesterday, the day before, Chris. You brought up something really interesting, and I think I want you to finish with that, which is, remember the split we have, 75-25, right?
Yeah.
So when they took the split away, this quest started coming in, right? So basically they're taking your money, giving it back to you in this form where they can have total control. And in some weeks when the quests are 30-40% of a driver's income, because on one hand they're cutting the rates, but they're giving you the bonus and quest. And not everybody is supposed to get this, right? And then, the throttling games we play, right? And on the last 3, they're going to send you to Timbuktu. We all know that's good stuff. So talk about that a little bit. Explain to everybody, from the split, the 75-25 split, how come we're here like in the last 10 years, right?
All right. So this is going to be for drivers who have been driving for several years. You're going to be like 6 or plus years. You probably already know all this, but if you're newer, this is something you probably don't have any knowledge of. So originally how Uber was paying out and Lyft was doing this as well too, it was the 80-20 split. So 80% would go to the driver, and then 20% would go to the rider. I'm sorry, to the Uber, and the 100% would be made from the rider. So $10 for a ride, $8 goes to the driver, $2 goes to Uber. Then they updated it to 75-25, which honestly sucks when you take that 5%. Some people were grandfathered in and stayed at that 80-20, while new drivers came on at 75-25. But either way, everybody ended up going to 75-25 split no matter what. And this then had changed once upfront fare or upfront estimates had come out. And this was where the passenger would see how much the ride would be specifically, because before that, they had no idea. They would just order the ride and then be charged after the ride was complete. So if there was, 14x surge or something, they were paying a lot of money. But in any event, then once that came around, this is where driver pay switched to the time and mileage. So you have base time and mileage. And what ended up happening, as Sergio just said, that's when these bonuses started coming, where it was the quest bonuses. So if you took 50 rides, you get $120 or whatever it was. But the thing was, what they would do is that was part of the 75-25 split still. So drivers would make 75% as long as they were doing the quests and promotions that were available to them, because that was in there by design. So Uber would always take the 20% or 25%. And then you start seeing, the 40, the 50, the X percent. That was kind of going on already, but people were just waking up to it being more aware. And that's because they cut off 30 to 40% of your pay when it came from that 75-25 split to the upfront or to the time and mileage distance. That was a big pay cut right there, because then that's when the bonuses were coming in. And it's like, I don't want the bonuses. Do not give me the bonuses. I don't want it. I drive part-time. I might not actually hit that. So, and several drivers are out there not able to hit that either. If you're full-time or you're driving and you're hitting those bonuses, you're getting that 75-25 split for the most part. But when it comes to drivers who are doing it part-time, when it comes to drivers going out here and there, a little extra money, you weren't going for those bonuses or promotions because, let's face it, you really probably couldn't take those rides. But if you didn't do that, you're putting more money into Uber's pocket or Lyft's pocket versus into your own. It's like, just do away with those damn promotions. Pay me, that 75-25 split. I'd be fine with that. I wouldn't care. But that's what they were doing. And now they're going to this upfront fares where they take away time, they take away distance. There's no percentage. There's nothing there.
We started here, right? Now, then the split went lower. Then it went to miles and minutes. So I had 4 that I remember of mile and minute cuts. Mm-hmm. And then they would increase the, quest for a little bit to make it look like, oh yeah, we're just paying it back. No, it's my money, asshole. You're paying my money back to me because you cut the rate? No, it doesn't work. I know math. It doesn't make sense. Now we're at the ultimate game now. We're down to the upfront fares now.
So,
now we're like,
what was the big joke for the last few years? Race to the bottom, right?
Yep. Well, look, man, if this is not the bottom, I don't know what the bottom is. This has got to be the bottom, right? It was one comment. Hold on, one comment I want to touch on. Sorry, Utopia X says, Christy Spicosa, Dina May Terrell, Lauren Allen, why aren't you talking about these drivers who were murdered? No, actually, I think you're new to the channel because we had, the YouTuber from Philadelphia, I forget his name now. What was his name? Like 3 months ago, we actually even had a snippet. Yeah, exactly. Driver Eddie. And then we even had a actual video about Christy Spicosa and how we can fix these things. So we do talk about quite a little bit about that, but maybe you just didn't catch it. But going back to this, quests are going down. Boost is going down. They're playing all these games with upfront now. All I can say is that please do some math in your head before accepting garbage. Please do. Okay, please. So I think with that said,
I think it comes down to this. Again, race to the bottom. That means #DeclineGarbage, and especially #KnowYourWorth. That's something, again, we're going to try to continue to reiterate. So then it's in your mind, because you should know your worth.
Yeah.
Don't let these companies give you these garbage offers. Don't let them, try to manipulate you. Don't fall for their tactics. You know what you should be doing. And if you don't, there's plenty of different people out there like us and the RideShare Guy and other YouTube channels and Facebook pages and other drivers, veteran drivers that you can go in your area and talk to, and really know what's going on, try to figure out, come up with the game plan, and then go back and watch our was it 3 or 4P video? I can't remember it now. I think we added a P there to it. So go back and watch that, especially when it comes down to it. And as Sergio says, you could get 30 to 40% more. So again, when it comes down to it, cherry picking, don't send a message to these companies. Say, I am not going to take those rides that you're going to offer a charity ride for. I'm running a business here. I'm running, trying to make money. You are not allowing me to make money by offering me this ride. I'm not going to take it. So know your worth.
I think the best thing is for everybody who's watching, who's going to watch it later, look, our reach is to a certain point. Okay. It has grown, no doubt, thanks to you guys. But the only way we can keep growing, I'm not talking about the channel, screw the channel. We're talking about the word, the math that you guys need to educate drivers. Because look, man, we know this. A lot of people accept garbage because they have to have some cash flow. Christmas is coming. They have to get some gifts. Their W-2s are not enough. I'm not blaming the drivers. Drivers have to do what they have to do. But look, we got to be like the Three Musketeers here, right? We got to say one for all for one, because otherwise we're going to lose. I mean, we're losing. We've been losing. Look at this trend we just discussed from 75-25, making $40 an hour. Now we're scrambling for peanuts. It's not cool. We can change it if we kind of, stick it to, especially on a local basis, which we spoke about this on the last episode. We can do these on a local basis and be very, very, very effective. Now, it may not be done in every city, but I know in LA we can do this. I know in Chicago we can do this. I know in Atlanta, DC, all these big cities. And this is where they get their revenue. And once we kick them in the ass a little bit, they go, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't be pricing this at $8 for 15 miles. You know what I mean? So the battle has just begun. Okay. So to me, this Rome wasn't built in a day, but we're building it slowly. And I don't kiss anybody's ass. I don't give a shit who they are, what they are. I know math. Math does not lie. When I see a trip that's 15 miles, half hour for $8, I know I'm not getting to that $36 active hour. Okay. I'm not getting there. I don't care how fuzzy math you do. You can't get to 36 an hour. You just can't. No. So, okay. There you go.
All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Show Me the Money Club. Again, live Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. And also all major podcasting platforms. Just search Show Me the Money Club. It'll pop up with Sergio and my beautiful faces, where the show can be listened to there. Also, again, if you're listening or catching the rerun, come in the live chat. We like seeing comments and all that. But if you need to get hold of us, you can email Sergio at therideshareguy.com. He does respond to pretty much everything. Just might take him a little bit of while. And lastly, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out. Make sure to smash that like button. We got over 200 people watching right now and 77 likes. So smash that like button.
Please be safe out there. You're on your own. Know your worth, man. Know your worth. I really get emotional when I say this. You know why? Because I don't think a lot of people don't know their worth. They're selling themselves so goddamn short, bro. Know your worth. You're not worth $4 for 8 minutes. You're just not. If you think you are, I said this last week. Fucking accept those trips and make Uber rich. I mean, please know your worth and decline garbage. Patience, patience, patience. So, with that said,
we got one last comment. Mega Lion, thank you for the super chat. Yesterday, I got paid $22.92 for a ride. She got $19.45. How?
Yesterday, I paid. Well, once in a while, the algo goes bad. You're a passenger. It looks like $22.92. Okay, is that $22.92 or is it a different number? And who's she got? Is that the driver? Just clear that up before we go.
Yeah, or if you were the driver,
I like
getting
that comment. I like that comment. While she's thinking about that, it goes, I won the beat. It goes, Sergio knows math. Everybody knows meth. Yeah, they may be on crack, bro. Because these numbers, these whatever algorithm they wrote with this 8 miles and $4 for 8 miles, it's you gotta be on some sort of high to put this shit in there in the algo to send it to me. It's insulting at best. Know your worth, please.
Yeah, the only other thing too, like there could be a couple of different things that if the driver was the one who got $22.92 or $19.45 was what the rider had paid.
It happens. It happens quite often. It happens quite often. Not every time Uber takes 50%. And I got a lot of hate mail when I wrote that article. A few months ago. Not every time Uber charges 100 to gives you 20. Okay, it's not all the time. You will catch one or two or whatever. In most cases, the reason Uber hasn't made a penny in the last 12 years is because of this, because they don't fucking charge correctly. But these are the trips. As a driver, you got to wait. These are the trips. They exist. I have tons of screenshots. I'll show you guys next week.
Okay.
4-mile trip, 5-mile trip for $30, $40. Do those. That's it.
Yeah. So Megalines was the passenger.
Okay.
So they pay, or Megaline paid $22.92 for the ride, and the driver got $19.45. Yeah, that happens. It's not. It's more rare when that happens, where the pay is close like that. So that's awesome. I'm glad that your driver was able to make a majority of that, but unfortunately, a lot of that doesn't happen. So, all right,
people say, okay, sir. Okay, we got to go now. Hashtag, please. I'm gonna keep pounding this until I'm gone from RSG. Hashtag, know your worth. And please decline garbage. It is garbage out there right now. Decline. Don't make your winter any longer than it's going to be. Okay? Thumbs up, please. See you guys next week. Oh, we'll have solo CEO next week, so we'll talk about that next week. But
I got a pretty good show for you, so we will see you next week. Enjoy. Have a great rest of your day, night, wherever you are, and we'll see you next week.